rudimentary, sexist. Would you rather be possessed by the lipstick demon from Insidious or Pazuzu from the Exorcist franchise? Jesus, it's like being stuck between your mom's dick and your dad's vagina. Well, with the lipstick demon, my soul would be chained up for all eternity, stuck listening to that fucking Tulip song. And if it were Captain Howdy steering this vessel, well, my body would be majorly unkept, to put it kindly. Son of a bitch has a mouth on him, so he'd probably be saying all sorts of nasty things to my kith and kin. And odds are, with his track record, he'd try to get the son of God or my mother to fuck me. So I'm gonna have to go with good old LSD on this one. Not sure he'd even be able to handle my body, though. You know what I mean? No one can run this shit show but me. You picking up what I'm putting down? It's all in the wrist. You catching what I'm throwing? It's also all in the clutch. You smelling what I'm stepping in? It's in how the wrist operates the clutch. You feel— It's my dick. I'm talking about jerking off my dick. Good old-fashioned dick jerking! Insidious! The Red Door. It is the 5th sequel in the highly successful horror franchise and sees Patrick Wilson not only return as Josh Lambert, but sit his handsome ass down in the director's chair for the very first time. In the film, the Lambert boys are back to get themselves another healthy serving of astral projection and demon possession. Little to no spoilers this go around, so if you haven't seen the flick and wonder if you should, well then just continue on your merry fucking way. Give me the good stuff. Ty Simpkins delivers a standout performance as Dalton. Not only does he bring nuance and believability to the character, but it is highly entertaining to see a fully matured actor reevaluating a role he took on more than 10 years ago. And while his first go-around as the eldest Lambert's son was pivotal to the original story's plot, it was fairly minor as far as screen time was concerned. And this go-around, Simpkins manages to bring a whole other level of character growth to Dalton. My favorite type of scares are background scares, scares from afar, or blink and you'll miss it scares. And this flick is loaded to the brim with that shit. There are at least 3 peripheral scares that were straight up bangers, and 1 solid jump scare that had me choking on my whiskey and coke. This is a very patient picture. The first half of the picture is characters reliving half-remembered dreams and keeping the spookiest of spooks lurking in the background. It is this patience that builds some seriously sexual suspense. Not sexual like sexual, but you know what I mean, sexual like dicks! But more importantly, my favorite thing in a horror movie, dread. The reveal of the painting halfway through the picture is particularly unnerving, and if a filmmaker can create a genuine fear of things to come in a scary movie, then they are operating on a whole other level of balls on your mom's face badassery. I think for a directorial debut, Patrick Wilson sells this shit. Speaking of shit, now it's time to talk about the shit. I am not a fan of critiquing performances, especially performances by tried and true veterans. Even more so, tried and true veterans that are taking on first-time helming duties in addition to leading man duties. So many duties. But I found Patrick Wilson's performance in this picture to be inconsistent. There are more than a few wacky edits in this flick that rub my dick a little rough, you know? Like when Josh goes in the further. We see the metronome in the background, and then we cut to Dalton doing some creepy ass shit, and all of a sudden, BAM! Josh is in the further. Weird shit like that is littered throughout the film, and it's bothersome. While the picture does a masterful job of building to its conclusion, the finale itself is clunky and lackluster. You know, it's certainly not bad, but it does feel like the ends don't quite justify the means, and that is a big-ass broadcast across Bummersville. Gosh, it's great to see Lynn Shay show up again as human exposition device. Parapsychologist Elise Reader to help them Lambert boys. Seriously, would you fuck off and go find Carol Ann already? Hit me with that rewatch. Insidious 3 and 4 are fine, fun films, but the Lambert trilogy is where the action is at. And for me, the action is the juice. The first Insidious is an 11 out of 10 on the rewatch. And if you're thinking, Johnny, you just broke your own rating metric. Heard. The point is, I rewatched that flick so much that I'm pretty sure I broke the goddamn film. So all bets are off. Insidious 2, which I think is a low-key masterpiece, is at an 8 out of 10 on the rewatch, while this flick sits comfortably at a 7. Basically, anytime I watch 1 and 2, you can bet your sweet ass I'm gonna let that shit rip and throw on the third. The first 3/4 of this flick are so well put together and so well balanced. The scares are smart, the dread is there, and the character development is on point. And while that climax leaves a lot to be desired, the end result is still a solid closing chapter for the Lamberts and their journey through the further. Well, that about wraps up this episode of the Jony Horror Reviews. I'm your host, Jony Horror, here to remind all you crazy youngsters to be good to one another, be half-decent human beings, and always remember, keep a steady stride. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. God damn it.